Well, another year passes with Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels in office, a year of big statewide issues from balancing budgets in this recession to battling the growing meth problem.
With meth being one of the biggest issues here at home, News 10's Kate Green discussed the issue with the governor today. She joins us live in the studio with more. Kate?
Mark, Patrice, I asked Governor Daniels what he thought about some new proposals in the fight against meth, bills that could bring big changes next year if passed.
I do support what they came up with.
That's Governor Mitch Daniels agreeing with a recent proposal News 10 first introduced to you. The proposal discusses lowering the felony charges for some cocaine and meth dealers, meaning not all would go behind bars.
So often today is the most minor offenses come to the state at great expense. They're not there long enough to do anything about their addiction, for instance, before it's time for them to go home.
He says by lowering the charges for some, it won't lump the big-time dealers with those first-time users, therefore allowing the judge to match the punishment to the crime, like treatment facilities.
It also would allow us to concentrate our resources on the really bad people who we want to incarcerate under even more restrictive circumstances than today.
A plan, he says, would bring significant savings to the state.
If you need, and you will need, more treatment or community corrections facilities, you provide for them out of the money you saved.
But that's just one solution being brought up in the battle against meth next year at the state capitol. The second is making pseudoephedrine prescription only, a tough task Vigo County was the first to take on.
If this next step promises additional reductions like the previous law that we passed, yes, I'd sign it.
Although signing it means critics from the common consumer, Governor Daniels says it's critical the state takes a hard look at prescription only as the next step.
All you have to do is meet the families or go to the communities that have been ruined by this to know that, you know, we have to treat it as public enemy number one.
I also asked him about banning K2, the synthetic marijuana, statewide. To hear what he had to say, go to our website at WTHI-TV.com and click on this story. Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Kate. Tomorrow you'll hear Governor Daniels discuss his thoughts on education reform and what grade he gave the Hoosier State. His answer may surprise you. That story right here on News 10 Night Watch.